What's made in South Africa, downloaded more than 8 million times, and helps you make your pictures just as pretty as can be? The answer is Over, and Grant went to visit the app's creators.
Do you remember that clever homegrown photo app that we introduced to you a while back? It's called Over, and it's really making some waves in Appland. We thought we'd visit the makers again and find out if they've got anything new up their sleeve. Since we last saw Aaron Marshall and the Over team, a lot has happened. They released version 3, the most comprehensive version of the app. Over is a photo editing app that allows the user to overlay art and text over images in a beautiful way.
We've completely redesigned Over, a totally new interface. Before we had a wheel on the side, now we have a palette at the bottom that explodes and has all sorts of creative things that you can add to your photos. We also introduced a new thing, we call it internally Overflow, and the idea is that you just swipe to get everywhere in the app that you want, and to toggle between tools is just as simple as swiping your finger around.
One of my favorite things about Over is that they have a deep consideration for typography, and if you come from a creative background, you'll understand how big text is when it comes to great design. So this is the first app that I've used that really cares as much as they do about typography, and that makes creating on a mobile phone that much fun. One of the most important things that users pick up on when using an app is how intuitive it is. They have learned a lot from the initial releases of Over, and that has played a huge role in its success.
To be a good creator, you have to be a good consumer. Before we built Over, much to my wife's dismay, I spent nearly $2,000 in the App Store just trying apps and getting a sense for what experiences are familiar to people, what are people trying to do, what features are available, and being a big-time consumer like that, and also being a mobile creative myself, I'm really able to be in touch with what people are looking for. And ultimately, when I sit down to decide and plan what we're going to do with the app, I look to what do we want to do, what's going to help us be more creative on our phones. And that'll drive everything. And honestly, anytime I've ever tried to work outside of my domain of expertise, it's exhausting. And I end up shipping subpar products. So again, when I counsel guys that are building things, I say be a good consumer. Over has been, it's really been amazing. We feel very lucky. We've seen nearly 8 million downloads. We've had millions upon millions of things created with Over, and the uptake has been really impressive. And what people end up doing with the app, it just blows our mind. They go on to create all sorts of things with this app, and it's those sort of stories. It's this, it's the successes that other people have because of our app that really drives us. That gets us excited. That's the addictive crack that we call it, is seeing other people's creativity awakened. And again, that's our mission as a company, is to awaken creativity in others.
Not only is it important to create something that's easy for people to use, they need to be able to make beautiful things with ease, without the knowledge of Photoshop or design experience. Over incorporates lots of unique pieces of art as well as well-considered typography. So far, it's been downloaded almost 8 million times across the various app stores, making it a true South African success story.